early. Thank you guys for joining. Maybe some others will jump in here. Hope this is worth your time. Brouwer, Jeff Penny are on the microphone as well. You might even see their image. I'm Kirk Russell. The first thing that we learned through this process is to take advantage of pinning the football field image on your screen. And to do that, you go up to my name or the box that has the football field on it, or if it's on your big screen right now, maybe you even can do it. And there's some blue dots, I think. And if you click on that, you're looking for pin this video, I think is the terms you're using. And what that'll do is it'll avoid when Brouwer or Penny talk, or if we have a chance to open it up to others. That way their image doesn't pop up in the way because it's set up to show you who's talking each time. So Brouwer, you go ahead and add whatever you want about what we're going to talk about, and I'm going to get us set up here. You hear me, Brouwer?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Just for my sake, if you could just say the play number so I can refer to some notes and stuff, that'd be great.
Okay, so yeah, we'll start play 8. Brouwer, I was hoping he would share with you guys. Those of you that don't know Curt, he was the white hat of this last year's 5A championship game, and he was one that reached out a while ago and was hungry to watch some game film, and he offered up. He says, "Let's watch some stuff out of the 5A championship game that he got to work with." I thought an outstanding crew from different areas, and I will say that in all cases when we are looking at film, it's not a judgmental thing. It is about us having an opportunity to share some thoughts, and if you get a chance to pay it forward to somebody else talking through different things and saying, here's what was talked about, maybe it's not the way you do it, but think about just think through stuff with us. So Brouwer, this first play is play number 8. What do you want to talk about here?
I think this is the one where it's 3rd and long, and Columbine is going to do a quick kick. They're going to toss it to the running back. There's really nothing particular that happens. It's more of a conversation of how do we view a running back that's 7 yards deep, not 15 yards deep like a punter? How much protection is he allowed? Obviously, if he gets hit while his foot is in the air, we're going to have a flag for some sort of personal foul. But is it a roughing the punter? I don't think by rule it can be, so we don't have an automatic first down, and that's probably the difference between a running back that kicks the ball from 7 yards deep and a punter that's set up as a punter on 4th and long. So and I don't know how this works. Do we get a chance to discuss or vote or what? But Kirk, you go ahead and take it from here.
Yeah, the only thing, I guess I might even just take it deeper. It's 3rd, their own 20-yard line. I don't think we would have a chance to even pre-snap that they might quick kick. I don't know that we would do anything different, even if we thought there was a chance. The defense isn't in any position to return the ball, which is by design. But I agree with Curt that we haven't satisfied a scrimmage kick formation. That back is not 10 yards deep. Not that Brouwer, you would be thinking as a white hat, oh, they're not in scrimmage kick formation because you're not even thinking they're going to kick it. But I agree with you. You could have a personal foul, but it would not be judged roughing the kicker. Same thing, we wouldn't have snapper protection in this case. So I think that's all I wanted to talk through.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we're going to jump to play number 9. This one, we are going to throw the poll up on the screen.
So in this one, when the video stops, you're going to see one of the defenders is highlighted. I think he's number 6 right there from Columbine. He's Columbine's basic stud. He's a running back. He's an outside linebacker, and he just makes one of these little bullshit points at the end of the play. And the question is, what's your philosophy? Do you throw a flag on this? Do you talk to him? If he'd have done that to a quarterback, I'm probably going to throw a flag instantly. But it's just some ticky-tack thing, but it's not necessary. He sort of throws his forearm into the guy's chin. I don't like it, but probably not flag-worthy.
All right. It looks like he tainted the pool, but we're going to –
Oh, sorry about that.
That's all right. We're going to relaunch the poll. So you all get a chance to agree or disagree with Brouwer. Do you want a personal foul on this play? Then I'm going to throw in my 2 cents. as well. All right, I'm going to give it probably 5 more seconds, so you better get after it. Personal foul or no personal foul on number 6 for kind of mowing over the
Kirk, we've gotten a couple of requests to re-show the play on the chat.
I wonder if I can do it at this. I don't know if I can do it at the same time because I think the chat covers up the screen. All right, we're going to end this polling. Sorry for those of you that didn't get enough view. I'll share the results. Looks like we're about 50-50. Let me try this one more time with full speed here. It should play right through. It's this action right there where, we talk about you can't really control your body at a moment's notice, but you can control your arms and your shoulders. And, this certainly looks suspect. I think that's probably why we're about 50-50. When you got somebody that drives their shoulder into the runner, you see the runner actually get up like, what the hell was that? A lot of those body languages tell some stories too. But I think I would agree with Brouwer that it's early in the game, and 6, we're talking to you. We're probably talking on the microphone amongst ourselves saying, keep an eye on this character. But certainly preventive officiating would be a good thing. But I don't think anybody would disagree with throwing a foul on it if you did. Okay, so we're going to jump to play 14, Brouwer.
Can you hit pause real quick?
Yep.
Okay, the reason I'm saying that is because some people are chatting that they're not able to pin Kirk's deal. So I'm just going to talk real quick before the play starts.
Okay.
Kirk and I spent some time talking about what plays do we want to show and whatnot. This is sort of a no-brainer. I mean, our line judge is going to come up and give a good spot. The reason I wanted to include this play is because it's close enough, and I like the way he asks for the ball. I don't remember if I told the umpire to give the line judge the ball, but either way, he's taking control of it, saying, look, this is close enough that I'm going to be the one to put this back onto the turf. And I just thought it looked really good, really professional, and it was probably worthy of that extra little effort from the line judge at the time.
Oops. So we got a short yardage play. This is a case where I think it must have been 4th and 1, 4th and 2. I agree, Curt. That looks good. Handed the ball to the wing. Just a good-looking mechanic. When we look good like this, we reduce doubt in fans and coaches' eyes. If anything, maybe I wouldn't want the wing those last couple steps. I think I'd like him to stop about right here. There's no reason to go any further in. And again, sometimes we get judged for wobbling a little bit. If you come in hard, solid, watch the players because it's all about your feet. So I think if he stopped right here, that'd be plenty good instead of, why get slid over there by a player. So those are nitpicky comments. All right, we're going to go to another poll item. So this is a play, and unfortunate for our line judge here, he's in the screen a lot, so we're watching a lot of his actions. So I was looking at this as do we keep the clock running or not? I don't believe the clock is near the end of the game or an end of the half, or I should just say end of the half. It's still pretty early in the game. And so this might be a really silly polling moment, but I'm going to use it anyway just to maybe I don't know how to do it. How do I get to the new poll? Well, I might have an issue here. I don't know how to get that next poll up. All right, you guys don't get to take another poll here.
I would just say, raise your hands if you think he should have stopped the clock.
Oh, that's a good idea. Good idea.
Hey, one of our officials just chatted in. Maybe we could remind everybody, if you want your screen, the large portion of your screen, to see the play all the time and not ever have to look at me or Jeff Penny, Hover your mouse over the small screen that says Kirk Russell, whether that's on the top or the bottom, and then a blue box is going to appear with 3 little white dots. Click on those white dots and hit Pin Video.
All right, so did we end up getting some polling intel? It's not far off 50-50. It's a 60-40 60-40 result of no, don't stop it. This is somewhat ticky-tack. The only reason I think I bring this up is I have seen some situations where we get a runner near the end of the half or the end of the game, and their forward progress is stopped, and you can tell that the runner is trying to get out of bounds. And I really think we should reward a runner that is attempting to get out of bounds, even though his progress has been stopped. It's almost like a second action. That's certainly not the case here. But that was one of the reasons that that particular play caught my eye. All right, moving on to the next play. Okay, so this is, let me run with this one, Brouwer. So we had some chat conversation in the near the end of the season with a bunch of back judges, and I think, Penny, you were part of that discussion. And what I saw in a lot of playoff games are back judges are moving backwards at the snap. And Terrence Miles has been with us on these Monday night things, and I had him comment in as well. And the general idea is back judges think in terms of starting where you want to be longer. Instead of just always moving backwards, try to position yourself to be in a good position at the snap. So in this case, you're not going to see the back judge. He's going to drop off the screen, but you'll see him in the end zone view at the snap, immediately backing up. And this might not be the best example, but I just want to emphasize that our desire is to have back judges be in position at the snap where they would like to be instead of moving immediately at the snap. Let the play take you to movement. I don't know if anybody wants to add anything to that. All right, let's. This is what I love to see, especially in the advanced championship game. Great job by the line judge, the near side line judge, giving this signal eye. You can see him come up. That's a perfect mechanic. But of course, I've always got to be critical of something. What I don't want is our wing to be looking at the back judge. Focus should be on the players. Everything was flawless, but we just don't need our attention taken off of players because the back judge is looking for that signal, and he's got the goal line. So I guess you got to trust that he's going up with the signal. Anybody else? Brouwer, you want to add anything to that?
No, that's exactly right, and I just love it that we're in a position that we can be so polished and ticky-tack on stuff like this. I mean, he stops at the 2.5 yard line, which basically says, you know what, this is the back judge's call. I'm giving you my signal. But yeah, I mean, if something crappy happens right here, be looking at those players. There's no need to make eye contact with that back judge.
But it's just I agree. The mechanic's awesome. Stopping at the 2. Yeah. The only issue is where the brim of the hat's looking. So great job, line judge. Okay. Brouwer, you're going to talk through this one. This is play number 31. We're going to go to the end zone view is really our focus. You can see that the play was an incomplete pass.
If you want to stop it, Kirk.
Okay.
So this is just something I used to be bad at. For some reason, as a white hat, as a crew chief, I used to think I had to officiate the whole field. And I was telling Kirk 10, 12, 15 years ago, I would have watched that play. I would have watched that pass leave the quarterback's hands. I would have seen if the receiver caught it, if he was in bounds, and I would have missed about 300 things happening in the backfield. But I've learned to really trust that my crewmates know what the heck they're doing. And I can watch to see if something's late on the quarterback or if something stupid is happening at the line of scrimmage or in the backfield. And I don't know, Kirk chose this play because I was focused on the quarterback, but it's really important. Younger white hats just know how important that quarterback is.
This is the moment that I thought we shine. This is exactly what Brouwer is talking about. He trusts everything downfield's taken care of. He's watching some nonsense on his primary player, and that's quarterback protection. You know, we've all seen it where some big defensive lineman thinks he's going to get away with something because all the action's downfield. So I just think I love seeing this kind of focus out of the white hat on the action that he's responsible for.
I'll chime in just a bit on that. I would tell you that one rule of thumb is that you can take two. I say take two, meaning 2 seconds after whatever it is that you're eyeballing or watching for, DBO. It's and be patient with that 2 seconds. It doesn't have to be fast, but it really looks good, like it does there on the video there with Curt looking at his quarterback, knowing the ball is already downfield. So I agree. That's a good job.
Okay, so this one is we're going to have another grounding or a poll talking about grounding. It's interesting. This isn't much different than the one Trimble had in a championship game 4 or 5 years ago. So I'm going to play this out, and our ultimate poll question is going to have to do with intentional grounding. We'll back it up. I'm going to play this from the end zone view here. I put the little yellow line to indicate that's, I don't know if you can actually see on your screen, it's probably really blurry, but that football's right there. And that's where it lands. So when I first saw this, actually, I'm not going to say anymore. I don't want to taint the oops, sorry. Let me play this through one more time, and then I'm going to throw the poll up on the screen. All right, it's time to poll the audience. Do you guys have grounding on this or no foul?
I'm getting some pretty popular feedback on the chat here. I won't say, but
yeah, it looks like we're about 70-30 on the grounding. So we've got 70% grounding, 30% no foul. Oh, wait, I didn't share results. There we go.
There we go.
Okay, so stop sharing. All right, we're back to the image. Let me just throw in my 2 cents. You may have some, Penny, you said you had some chatter on the wire here. Let me throw in what I saw from the press box on this play. And my first statement would be this. As a white hat, you have a very good sense when a quarterback is intentionally getting rid of the ball. And you cannot have a foul here if the referee does not sense an intent to get rid of the ball. And so the first element, Brouwer has to have this. That's all his. If he does not feel that there was an intent to just get rid of it, he's certainly not going to bring the foul immediately. And in this case, I struggle because I see a ball, although you've got a player right here at the sideline eligible. If, again, I go back to, I don't think the player and the ball direction was close enough to that receiver. So therefore, if Brouwer had grounding, I think this should be, or if Brouwer had intent, this should be grounding. And obviously he didn't have intent because he didn't bring the call forward looking for the wing for some assistance, or at least I don't think that happened. Brouwer, what do you got?
I don't remember the exact thing, but a lot of times I'm going to look to the wing official, and if they're pointing at a receiver in the area, I don't remember this ball going that far out of bounds because, honestly, look at that. That's probably, 7-8 yards out of bounds?
It got on the back side of the heater.
Yeah.
But you're not supposed to be looking down there. You can't.
No, I know, and I know he's rolling to his right. You know what? If this all happened again right in front of me, I might have a flag. I did not have a flag on this play, but I might next time.
One of the reasons I could justify a no flag, when I watched this particular angle, the flow of this ball is moving so quickly lateral, I can see how you could interpret the quarterback's just inability to get this in a decent location just because it's moving so fast, and just kind of a lateral flow could cause this to be an errant pass, even if he wasn't trying to get rid of it. So, all right, we won't beat that up anymore unless you got more, Brouwer.
No, it's all right. We'll move on. We're just going to beat me up.
A couple of things to note, though, from the chat crowd is that, I'm getting is that there's some that are saying foul and some they're saying no foul, and look at the receiver. But also another comment Scott says, is this about duress? This is about duress. So
totally agree. If your quarterback is not under duress, it would be irrelevant. I think he was under duress in this case. I mean, he's running for his life. I think that's what duress to me is. Anyway, we'll keep moving. It's good food for thought. Great pregame conversation. We all learn here. All right, so Brouwer, I've got play number 40. Oops, I'm on. My comment is I like the headlines. Oh, this is love to see. If Usry were on the phone here, I don't think he is, but he's constantly talking about keeping your shoulders square and not closing off the play. So we're seeing the head linesman at the top of the screen. What I really like is he is not darting downfield. I'm not sure where his eyes are. I hope his eyes are in coverage and not on quarterback, and I think that's the case here. But it just seems like, and there'll be a couple other plays that we're going to show where the wing will be too far downfield, and he really has to interact with that crossing tight end at the sideline, which is so hard if you got him on your feet to rule on catch, no catch. So here we've got the wing official able to rule from, I think, a great position, looking down the sideline at the player's catch or no catch. And I think if what I've seen too much of is when our wings, bust downfield 6 yards right after they read pass, that's going to put this wing maybe too close to see and cover this pass as a catch, no catch. So I like this distance, this 5-yard distance from a catch, no catch. So anything else you guys have on this? So the takeaway, my comment is don't go downfield so far, wings, and let the play take you downfield. Don't just immediately bust ass down 5-6 yards. Okay. This, I don't think we need to show this because I don't think you guys are going to be able to see it. But this, in my review of this film, watch this catch, and it may not be clear enough on your end, but as I watch the video, that ball, as he rolls over the top, that ball is rolling around under his body. And what I want you guys to think about, watch what the receiver does. He gets up. What does he do? He looks to see if we thought it was a catch or not. You guys see that? He's looking both ways. Umpire's coming up. I don't know if our umpire could have made a judgment. It's a marginal catch, no catch, and I think he picks this ball up off the turf. I'm not sure that's a catch, but I can see how we screwed it up if it isn't a catch.
Kirk, I really like this one just for discussion purposes. I watched it from the end zone view and slowed it down, and I like it as a catch, but I'd like and I don't know how many people can see it if I'm talking.
Yeah, you're right. That end zone view, again, your image on your end is probably not as good as mine.
It's a pretty good image.
I think he picks it up off the turf.
So, I mean, because Jeff can talk, and he's spent a lot of time in the last 15 years being a really great back judge, and maybe, like, Hickey, if you could chat in on this, I don't know if you have or not yet, but, I mean, we're not up to NFL standards, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I would tell you, I mean, angles are our friend here. And when I see this unfold, I'm moving, and I'm going to move more toward the right side of that field, and I'm going to try to get a good angle where I can see it, but then also get stationary is key. The general consensus here on the chat is, they're all saying incomplete, no control. Umpires should provide help. So, I mean, from that view, and I would say from the end zone view, looks much different than from the other. So I think I'm going to be very patient here as I see this unfold. I'm going to look to the umpire and try to get eye contact to get some help. And then if I sense that I think he made the catch, then I'm coming in forward. But again, that take two, just be patient, and then key in on any communications you can get from some help.
So let's talk. Let's go deeper on this. As an umpire, I'm just thinking through what should I do coming up to this ball, because I've got probably some intel. I think if anything, I would probably wave some officials in, and maybe that moment of waving them in, waving a back judge in or a wing, looking to the sideline saying, hey, let's talk about this. Do we have a catch or not? Could help in this situation. Like you say, slowing it down and saying, all right, do we all agree what we have? Because maybe if the umpire provided a little bit of doubt here, we might have had a little bit more chance to maybe correct an error if we do think this is a no catch.
Hey, I really like the point that Doug Lowe just made. He said, if we've got a catch and then a fumble, we've got a bigger problem. So what if White would have pounced on that ball as it was dangling on the ground? I mean, this would be one where either an umpire, and I think a back judge, comes in with a lot of authority and a really strong whistle. To when that ball's on the ground like that so quickly, you can sell a no catch real quick.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think we hear George talk a lot about the time element of control, and I know this is a little goofy because he's going head over heels here, but I think he's got to control this, and the fact that he picks it up off the turf, I think that's a no catch if we were able to see it all, and maybe the back judge is screened here by a body too, as Jeff was pointing out, angles, and we do have a back judge moving. I don't know if he's still when this is caught. Anyway, good conversation. We're going to move on. Okay, I don't want this one anyway. I'm going to move through that point of attack holding. I just commented about our back judge. This is another shining moment. Looks like I'm also highlighting a left tackle.
Yeah, you know what?
What do you think, Brouwer?
You know what? There is an opportunity to talk about the back judge at the end of this play, and he does a great job. But I think this is just a great view of, are we going to call this or not as an association? I mean, is that holding or not? And I'm going to stop talking so people can watch that left tackle.
You can tell these tackles are trained by former NFL linemen, can't you? These Creek players. All right, I'll put a poll up. I think you guys have a good enough image. Let me see if I can relaunch this poll. Foul or no foul? Foul or no foul on the left offensive tackle?
And I also think for you white hats out there, you've got a quarterback that has about a 3-yard barrier from not being touched by anybody. This is a perfect opportunity for you to take responsibility for the actions of that left tackle. So I think this is a referee call or no call.
There's nobody else that's got the ability to see that. All right, I'm going to shut the poll down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Looks like we've got a hold. 85% have got a hold on the left tackle. Brouwer, you'd agree?
Well, clearly not. I didn't throw a flag.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you don't agree with it. There's a lot of benefit in seeing this and only looking at that particular issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would imagine this is one that we at the high school level miss quite a bit, and I think you've got a team here that is probably trained to.
There is a comment here that I think makes really good sense here. This is not in full speed. We're not running it in full speed. When you're on the field and it is going in full speed, things move a little faster than on film. So good comment there by Ben Brook. I agree. And we're getting some other comments in as well.
Okay.
But I think in large it's fouls is what the majority is saying.
All right. The comment I put in here, we're going to move on. I love this mechanic by our back judge. Slow signal, calm, and now we got eyes on players. The ball is not that important at this point in time, is it? It's all about dead ball officiating, and I always say when you've got a score, one team's pissed and one team is celebrating, and those are ingredients for trouble. You got mouths running, you got bumping and just all sorts of bad stuff can happen. And so I celebrate this back judge, the way he finished this play. The ball is not critical, right? It's all about the dead ball officiating. Sorry.
I agree. He has poise, and he clearly is in charge of what's happening in front of him and how the players are going.
Love the slow signal. Awesome. All right, here we get to celebrate an umpire spin. I don't know how many wannabe umpires are out there, but this is textbook spin, and you'll see it in the next end zone view. So we always talk as umpires when that ball is about eye level and it's off of you by 5 yards or so. We don't need to spin on everything. Matter of fact, deep passes, keep your eyes on the lineman. You're not going to help on any deep passes, but you see this quick spin to see if it's a catch or not. Great job.
That's the fastest I've ever seen Jerry move.
It's early in the game, I think.
Okay.
Incomplete, one signal. Nice. Just looks good. Crisp. All right, now I get to talk about cross-field mechanics, one of my favorite topics in our clinics in the summertime. So a lot of people think that when the wing winds the clock, that it means to tell the clock operator not to stop the clock. Although that can function like that, it's really not the primary purpose of doing so. The primary purpose is to indicate to your opposite wing that you've got progress in bounds, and therefore he can help line up the next snap. And in this case, we're close to a line to gain line. I think this wing, ignore the comment about winding it. This is really, I think, he's in great position, not downfield too far. Again, those tight ends on that crossing route. If he had busted his ass downfield 6 yards, he'd be right in the middle of this and wouldn't be able to see any of it. So here we've got to figure out if we've got a catch or no catch, and we've got progress at the line to gain. And I think this is, there you go. I guess he does wind it. That's perfect. So what that says to his opposite wing official, I'm gonna make sure I get safe, clean up the play, and then I'm gonna take my eyes and look across the field. There it is, looks across the field. I'm not sure if he got a good spot from his fellow official or fellow wing, but that's what we want to find is intel from across the field. When he steps forward here, he looks up. Sure enough, his opposite wing has it right where it's supposed to be, and it's short of the line to gain.
Kirk, for some of those wings that are on this call here, looking at that, would this want this guy to kind of come out a little bit more toward, just to get a little wider angle on this, or come straight down that line?
You're suggesting being further off the field?
Yeah, backing up a little bit.
Yeah, I think we always talk about a benefit of having some width on the field. So I think that's a fair comment. We like to see officials, especially in a field that's got so much space like this, to be working closer to the backside of that wide white line. Yeah, good comment. Doesn't always happen for wings. I know that, especially if you get players and stuff too close. But yeah, good comment. Anything else? I just like that we're not too far downfield. We come up strong, wind it, infield progress, in the field of play, look up to our opposite wing and set the ball. We're good to go. Good stuff. So this is I think this is actually the play that followed the last one. And so I want to talk about third down money line. We always talk about how wings they know when the money line is theirs, when we're in goal line situations, and when we need to get to the goal line and things like that. I think we can do better at thinking about third down money line. And so this is a case where the ball is snapped 3rd and 2 in field goal or go for it territory. And so this is a critical line to gain moment. So I would like to see our wings be aware of the line to gain and actually on the snap, take 2 steps and get to the line to gain, because it's that important of a line, just like we were at the goal line. Let's see if we actually have an image here. So the player actually did not threaten the actual line to gain, but one of my reasons for putting this in here, as I talk through how important it is, I think, to have a wing right on that money line. he'd have been right on top of this ball, and that might not have been the safest place. So that's why I wanted to put it in there, was to be able to talk about the importance of a third down money line, but then also talk about it also could be a disaster because that number 5 could have gone right into the wing. But I do believe
Kirk, you're going to have that same situation at a goal line. So a wing official, I like, and I've never heard anybody talk about this before, but I really like that. If you're inside the 35 and you got 2 yards to go on a third down, I like it that we get our wings to the line to gain, but then get off the field a bit.
Yeah, that would help. Give yourself some room in case they do come right into your belt.
And tell that guy holding the stick, hey, I'm going to stand right where you're standing in about 3 seconds. Just give him a heads up.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Good stuff. All right, you guys ready to move on? I've actually got another great wing item coming up here. What do we got? Another 20 minutes here. Again, celebrating some really good-looking officials. And I'm telling you, when we look good, posed, confident on the field, it goes a long ways. I think we get a lot of street cred from fans and coaches. So what I want you guys to do is watch the wing come downfield. I hate it when we signal incomplete pass when our feet are moving. So in this case, I want to freeze it here. So you'll see the wing come downfield, plant his feet, signal. That's what I think looks poised and confident. If this wing would have run downfield signaling the whole time, it looks horrible. And I think we lose credibility when we look horrible. So great job. Plant feet and signal, incomplete pass. Okay, so this one I've got a question why we would do this, and I'm hoping it's not something that we do statewide. You'll see the wing official under the upright, and we are working with a 6-man crew. I don't know if this is the 6th guy or the back judge. I'm assuming it's the back judge, but he comes up with a no good signal and then a touchback, and there is absolutely no reason to do that, nor do we want that. There are situations where a touchback signal is desired, but it's only when the ball lands in the field of play and rolls into the end zone. Otherwise, there would never be a need to signal touchback from underneath the post. So rolling, landing in the field of play, rolling into the end zone would be the only situation to signal touchback. And in that case, you would not signal no good. So it's one or the other, touchback or no good. I think I can move on from that. I just want to make that emphasis that I'm assuming that's not statewide.
Kirk, there's a comment here from Brian Bayham to confirm, do you want 1 or 2 guys signaling on a no good call?
Both. The requirement in the book is we want to hear yes, yes, no, no out of the wings underneath the post, or the 2 officials under the post. They both signal good or no good. And the other thing I would like to add to that, Brian, thanks for the question. The other thing, a lot of times we'll see, or I know officials are saying yes, yes, no, no, but then they look at the fellow official instead of just using that verbal information and keeping their eyes on players. There's no reason to look at your fellow official if he's saying yes, yes. So hopefully I answered that question. Moving on.
Yep.
So Brouwer, this was blocking the back question you had. So
yeah. So stop it here. So we got this slot receiver coming down. We got a running play right up the middle. I think we missed I believe this is the first play of the second half, and it's going to release the runner for a big gain. You guys tell me if you think this is a block in the back or not. I think we may have missed one, and I think the guy gets about a 30-yard gain here because of it.
All right, I'll throw the poll up here. So I've got him circled, the candidate for a foul. Hopefully the image is good enough. I'll run it a couple more times here and then let it go full speed all the way through. And then I'll throw the poll up here.
Well, on the chat line, so far it looks like they're not agreeing with me. We didn't throw a foul, so that's good. I just thought when I was watching the film, it just looked like he was kind of guilty.
All right, so I'm going to close it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go.
Yeah, I'm with the poll on this one for sure.
Brouwer,
Okay.
pay attention to the quarterback, will you?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm going to stay in my lane. We had a great back judge and a great line judge not throw a flag on that. Thank you.
It certainly has the suspicions of a block in the back. He's fallen flat on his face. Looks, it's close. It's certainly a candidate. I think I leave that alone as well.
Okay.
Okay, so next play. Actually, let's see if this probably won't change. I should have run it in this view too to see if this made anybody. It's not a whole lot of difference in look, but I agree that is a play that sprung them for a lot of yards. This is, I'm not going to do it again, but another great, same thing, back judge, great job, dead ball officiating in the end zone. Okay, this is one that I'm excited to show you guys. So our head linesman, we're going to evaluate our down and distance. So wings, you have a situation where it is 4th and 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 yards, 4th and 3. You've got 2 money lines to deal with. And the way this head linesman handles it is exactly what we'd like to see. It is very difficult. I'm not saying this is an easy job, but we want to see, just as this wing official moves at the snap to the first money line, and at this point in time, because there's no threat to the runner, he's able to say, I don't need to park here at this money line. He's going to get past this and gets in position. And he's wide, gets in position, whistles, signals.
I like that he's wide there, Kirk. That's good. He backed up and got wide to see the play.
And it's, that is a safety thing. If 22 were to take a shot at him right at that last second, we could have a broken leg. So I just think this is all around good job by the head linesman. I mean, that's tough duty. 8 yards out, trying to get to the goal line in time for the runner to get there. So I think all around, great job, worked wide, outstanding. Anything you guys want to toss in there? Anything else?
Now, one of the questions that came up in the chat was, do wings pregame this with their chains?
I guess I'd be curious what pregame, what we're talking about. What would you pregame? Can we get a follow up on that?
Are you saying, as a wing, you would say, if you see me coming, drop that stick? Is that sort of what you're saying?
Maybe anytime inside the 10, and we know we've got the goal line to cover, that I'm going to be working wide. The play could be coming my way, and I'm going to be working wide. So be sure to know where the action is and where I'm going, because I'm going to be coming to you.
Certainly not a bad idea. Okay, where am I here? Okay, let's see what else we got. We running out of time here? No, we got 10
we got 10 minutes.
Let's see, I got Brouwer throwing a flag. Oh, this was that. I think I need to go back to this view. I don't think.
We may need a poll then.
If Brouwer's got his flag out, we should probably get the poll out. No, that's a no-brainer. Good catch. And it's all Brouwer's, too.
It's a no-brainer, but it's just another time where you got a ball in the air, you got downfield blockers, referees, especially young referees, just know you're giving up 21 other players because you've got the quarterback. Don't take your eyes off of him.
Yeah, great comment. Yeah, and if you break it down, once he lets go of this ball, there's no need to be watching the football or the guy that's going to catch it. At that moment in time, that would be officiating error, and we never want to officiate error. So yeah, good get. I would just hope that you wouldn't be straight lined with that with the back. This is a holding question. Let's see if I have. No, I don't even have a. We have. Oh yeah. We've got a flag coming in from our line judge.
I wanted to comment on this one.
Let me see if I can find your player, Brouwer. The player I think is that we want to focus on is this end.
Right. Don't run it yet.
Okay.
So this end, he comes in, and when he sees this pulling guard, the left guard, he's just a monster from Columbine. When he sees that guard coming, he gives himself up. He sort of turns his back and says, I don't want any part of this. I don't think he deserves to get a flag for this.
He definitely rolls his back into the into the blocker. I think I would agree with your statement, Curt. I might even add, if I were to see this whole thing, I might go as far to say it's really oh geez, I got a COVID alert. What the heck is that? Everybody's phone's going to probably start buzzing here. COVID-19 alert. That's kind of spooky. Everybody has to go stay in their bedroom now. It's not just your house. You got to actually quarantine to your bedroom.
Nice.
Yeah, I kind of lost track of what I was doing here. I agree he gave up, but I also might even go as far to say I don't like throwing flags when it really wouldn't have impacted the play. And I agree he gave himself up and to the point where I don't think he's in the play anymore. So I think I would leave that alone as well. But I can certainly see what the wing was seeing that caused him to throw a flag, but I would rather that not be a foul.
It's one of those examples that you got to see the whole thing. And when you see the last third of it and you see him getting whipped down, it's going to be a flag. But there you go.
Yeah, I threw the poll up here. We may have tainted the audience. Yeah, there's one vote for a hold. All right, I'll shut it down in 3, 2,
Brian Cataflamo.
1.
He asked, I wonder why he is looking there. He is inside the runner.
Yeah, the only thing I might say is that defensive end is in the viewfinder for our wing. So it's almost like his eyes probably tracked a little bit to that because the ball is getting kicked outside the end. But no, I agree. Let's keep going. I think we'd rather leave that one alone. All right, Brouwer. This is your back judge.
What do we go? Oh, here we go. The Dave Logan stare down.
Love this call. We were in the press box doing high fives. Great call. Tough call in that it just, you don't see it often, but he nailed it.
So,
now, I will comment. Oh, go ahead, Curt.
No, I saw a flag downfield. I thought for sure it was going to be defensive pass interference, not having obviously seen the play, and he comes in with OPI. And then before I actually made the call on the microphone, I had a chance to sort of look at the Jumbotron out of the corner of my eye, and I was just like, that was great. And then I got a little feedback through my communication set from the press box because I got some guys who promised they weren't going to talk to me, but they were loving it as well. But this receiver clearly pulls the numbers of the
Sorry. I need some help here.
Hey, I will add to this. I will tell you, I like the foul. And when you replay that, the back judge doesn't necessarily have to move as much as he did. I mean, if he gets stationary and then he just be patient, he throws his flag. And then after we throw a foul, after we throw the flag, we just signal timeout. And we're at that point patient. And he doesn't have to move as much as he did. He could have just stayed close to where he was. But that's a little nitpicky, but I do like the foul. I like the call. I liked it then, and I even like it better here on film.
Yeah, and Logan was not happy with it, but it was the right call, and great job, back judge.
So, yeah, another interesting piece to this was there was an injury on the play. So the right guard or right tackle ends up being injured. So then the coach had a chance to come out on the field, and he ended up doing some stare down with our back judge. It was just kind of goofy all around, but he made a great call. It seems like the rest of you guys who are seeing this, who may not even agreed with it when you were there, now that you're seeing it on replay, I like it.
I think we got to be down to our last couple plays, which is good timing. I think this is I think it was the following play even. And
it was a couple plays later, yeah.
So we're focused on an offensive lineman, passing play, and he comes downfield way too far. Number 67 there.
Yeah, 67 actually saved our butts because I haven't called offensive pass interference in 26 years. And all of a sudden, I got a crew that wants me to do it twice in a state championship game.
In the same series.
in the same series. So I looked at my head linesman and I said, look, we're not going to call offensive pass interference because he's got this other receiver blocking downfield. So it was probably an accurate call, but I just said we're going with ineligible man downfield because I think 66, the right tackle, he was about 13 yards downfield. So.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize both of them were downfield. That's just a busted play. Either that or he was supposed to throw it under, although that is close to being behind the line of scrimmage, isn't it? I wonder if that was the design here. If that ball is caught behind the line of scrimmage, we don't have any ineligibles downfield.
Right.
I didn't even notice that. All right, what do we have? Do we have another play here? Nope, that's it.
I don't think so.
That's it. And looks like we're finishing right on time. All right. Hey, good stuff, guys. Thank you, Curt and Jeff and all you guys for joining us. I hope it felt like it was worth your time. I want to do more of these while we're all stuck in the house in the evening. I apologize for the barking dogs and all the commotion in the background. I think it's just the nature of everybody being at home nowadays. I might even be able to fire something up. My goal is to do it on a Thursday night, Sunday night, and Tuesday night, and have just like Brouwer and Penny. And so I may be calling on some of you guys to join me in a similar breakdown of your games, or we've got some different film study that we can do. So stay tuned. I might be reaching out to you. Thank you for joining us. Brouwer, you got the last word.
Hey, thanks everybody who joined, and we got nowhere else to be, so let's just keep doing this. Thanks everybody.
If you do, provide some feedback after I shut this meeting off, if you get a chance. Thank you. If it pops up.